Welcome back, everybody, to the Breachers VRML. I'm your host, Gibular Bob. I'm joined here today by both Grabix and Rip the Cord. Now, we've got a matchup here for you. Ragnarok versus .com. Should be very exciting. .com, you know them. They're the Season 1 EU champions, so they're not going to go down without a fight. Ragnarok make an entry into the EU scene recently. They've gone up against some teams. They've won some games. They did lose some games, however. So let's take a look at the quick matchup data here, and then we'll hear some opinions. Since Ragnarok 1-1-1, that means they've won, they've lost, and they've also tied. Best map for them is going to be Hideout with 18 rounds played. They've won 56% of those rounds. Meanwhile, .com also won 1. Their best map is Arctic. They've played 7 rounds there, and they've won 100% of those rounds. First map, Rip, is going to be Hideout. How you feeling?
Hideout's going to be a really great game to see for these two teams. I have not witnessed Ragnarok yet. I know .com from last season. We're going to see a pretty aggressive team for a little bit, but hopefully the gameplay is going to be interesting.
Grabix, any thoughts here on this wonderful EU matchup this afternoon?
Yeah, great. Love seeing the EU represented in the VRML. I think it's definitely going to be a close matchup. We've seen Ragnarok doing great, and we've also seen .com doing phenomenal as well. .com, obviously the champions. Ragnarok coming in, looking like a professional team. Again, looks like they are 1-1-1. And then, obviously, .com with the same. So, it's going to be very interesting to see how it goes. Hideout is a very close quarters map, so I'm very curious to see what's going on there.
Yeah, it looks like .com going to be starting off on the defense. And I just got to say, I'm loving how the EU scene is playing out so far. We've gotten a lot of really, really entertaining EU matchups in the Breachers VRML. You can find some of them in that live section of the Breachers VRML YouTube channel. I believe the last one I did was IVI versus Nexus. That was incredibly entertaining. I think this one will also be incredibly entertaining. You've got a lot of really, really good EU teams this season. It's kind of neck and neck at the top, and currently it looks like IVI is starting to pull ahead a little bit over the rest of the pack. We're waiting on just one more from .com to connect before we are ready to start up map 1. And in the meantime, let's talk a bit about the sponsors that make the Breachers VRML possible. Starting off with Triangle Factory. They've done a lot for the Breachers VRML in the past, and they continue to help us out now, even with VRML Con coming up. They've also given us an ad in the lobby, and you can also purchase the VRML gun skin for your Vezin. It's 150 credits. You can find that in the store. Make sure you go and pick that one up. I also have it. The first skin I ever bought in Breachers saved up my credits specifically for that. Also, we'd like to thank Exclaim, the official VRML merch store. We sell some merch through Exclaim. Team sells some merch through Exclaim. Go and check it out. A lot of great stuff that you can get there. A lot of crates. Next up, Pro2 VR, your one-stop shop for controller peripherals. They provide the best VR rifle mounts and accessories. Help stabilize your aim in-game by picking up a mag tube stock. Put your controllers into cups that magnetically connect to a fully adjustable stock. A lot of great things that ProTube has to offer. I believe they are the oldest sponsor, one of the oldest sponsors for the Breachers VRML. So big thanks to ProTube VR. And finally, HyperX, and you can get 15% off MRSP off of fully priced HyperX products in North America using code HXVRML23. They also supply some products to our prize pool, and they supply some products to our casters, like the HyperX Quadcast. Yeah, the Quadcast S is the microphone that you're hearing right now. You're hearing my voice coming from. So big thanks to HyperX for supplying our casting department with, some great products. And we're looking forward to our partnerships with all of these sponsors moving on in the future. Still waiting on one more from .com to connect, but currently the rosters are looking like for Ragnarok, Mark, Monkey Josh, Swialo, Casey, and Scottish Ripper. And over on .com, Anomalous, Kitten number 4, Sea Dragon, Mommy Llama DK. Rip, I got to ask you, if you're starting off on Hideout, where would you prefer to start, offense or defense?
Coming from playing with the older guys, I always like to play attack first. Our defense was stronger, so I like to have that fall back on. So me personally, I would always choose attack.
Gravix, how about you? Where'd you be starting here?
On the map side of things, I think Hideout is an actually very defensive-sided map. It's very easy to find those spots to set up, especially thinking first bottom floor garage. Very easy spots for defenders to come in, and attackers don't have too many openings outside of the front entrance and those breach spots at the garage. So I think you're at a very much so advantage as we're going into defender side. Speaking of defender side, .com getting their last member Topi in the game, so it looks like we are going to be ready to start very shortly.
Just giving the teams the go-ahead to start up map 1 on Hideout. We'll see if we start things up here pretty soon. Either way, it's going to be a very, very fun matchup. Make sure you don't go away. And if you enjoy the content that you see here, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload or a live stream. And we are going to get started right now on map number 1, which is Hideout. Here we are, map number 1, Hideout with Ragnarok on the offense and .com taking the defense rip. We're seeing spectrals across the board, but one Taurus from Scottish Ripper. How you feeling about the eco that we're seeing here from this round?
This is a pretty common eco. The Taurus has a great rate of being able to get the one-shot headshots, but the spectrals, you get a couple more shots in. Very normal. You see this in most pro plays.
And here we go, starting off round number 1 is Mark over by Garage. It looks like the rest of Ragnarok, possibly, I think I've seen them push Garage and go all upstairs, but Swialo looking to open up storage as Ragnarok on the move. A frag toss in, not going to find anybody. 2 minutes 50 on the clock as we start off round number 1.
Looks like we're going to see a little bit of garage play. Possible hash pushes from the blue side. Popey is going down by Monkey Josh on the second floor there.
And here comes
Looks like
number 4, Anomalous. They're all downstairs. There goes the kitchen hatch as Mark opening that up, looking for some damage, and will catch Anomalous a bit. 2 minutes 20 on the clock as we see Casey, Scottish Ripper, and Swialo all getting ready to push into storage. There's the entry, kit number 4, waiting just inside as we see a frag toss. Scottish Ripper will find kit number 4 with 2 minutes on the clock right now. Anomalous just waiting in the back of Site B as Mommy Llama DK will pick up the kill on Casey. Now 2 minutes on the clock. Mommy Llama DK forced off of that engagement as Monkey Josh now dropping through that garage hatch. And it's a 4 versus 3 with .com on the receiving end of that player advantage from Ragnarok. Monkey Josh taking out Anomalous as it's now a 2 versus 4. The EMP is getting planted.
there it is. EMP is down, and it looks like we're seeing a lot of corridor fights here by Mommy Llama DK and Sea Dragon as people like Scottish Ripper looks like they start to evacuate upstairs, try to get out of way of the EMP. Mommy Llama DK in the room now. Goes down to Monkey Josh from the wall peak from outside. Sea Dragon last one left, and it looks like he could be saving here just for the eco, trying not to lose his Spectral.
Yeah, Mark, Monkey Josh, Scottish Ripper have all taken some pretty notable damage, but here's the thing. There's only 45 seconds on that EMP. It's in danger of being defused. And yeah, I think Sea Dragon doesn't really have too many options here. It's probably going to have to go for that salvage. Does wait out the clock as round number 1 goes to Ragnarok. Rip, walk us through that round. Why do you think Ragnarok pulled ahead in the beginning?
Yeah, so we saw a lot of strong team play here by Ragnarok. They're pushing in as a one solid unit. Defense was great for .com starting off, but Ragnarok was able to push in there, get grenades, picks, and started to split up the other team. As they went in, they just took all the ground control, and that gave them the whole round.
So we're looking in round number 2 here. We're seeing a round 2 Vezin from Monkey Josh, some extra util as well. Scottish Ripper still picking up that Taurus. Interesting. Scottish Ripper would have had enough money to buy a Vezin, but instead went for the Taurus, it looks like. Well, I've seen a lot of really interesting ideas for Eco, and this could work out for Ragnarok. They do still have a Vezin on the field, so it absolutely could work out for them. I usually like to see teams picking up at least one Vezin in the second round, but here we go. Round number 2, Casey tossing out the drone as Ragnarok focusing their push instead of directly on Garage, this time on Foyer, as they push that drone into the Foyer. Monkey Josh catching Sea Dragon, as it's a good opening pick for Ragnarok. Mark over by Garage right now, 2 minutes 40 on the clock.
Another window coming, poked by Monkey Josh. Looks like .com could catch it. Little skirmish here. Monkey Josh just kind of pre-firing his coordinates here as we get more action in the Foyer. As Gibbs says, one going down. Monkey Josh taking out Mama Llama. Topi very low. It looks like we're going to see a couple of peeks coming out into the kitchen. It looks like, I'm not sure 100% what this room is. Topi going down. Scottish Ripper, it looks like, is going to make sure that window is secure as we see a plant coming out from Swallow. Or Swilo. Sorry.
Yeah,
now
no
we're in a
problem.
postman scenario.
And the EMP has been planted. Is just down to kit number 4. He's got a Jesper against this Ragnarok offense. The EMP is going to be ticking down. Kit number 4 looking to rotate through Pantry. Just not much you can do here as Ragnarok is completely spread out, wrapping the map. And Casey will pick up that kill on to kit number 4 to give round 2 to Ragnarok. Now, Rep, I mean, that was a good, another great offense here that we're seeing from Ragnarok. What do you think they're doing here that's giving them that advantage?
It's definitely the angles. They're able to get in there quick with the drone, catch someone off guard, and then you saw them push in, collapse different angles. A lot of people got shot in the back. They weren't expecting that. So Ragnarok is really good about map knowledge right now, knowing the angles and how to enter the site together. If we keep seeing this, Ragnarok's going to continue taking attack rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing Vezins coming out from both sides. This is going to be an important round for both teams. It'll decide the pace. Now, .com able to buy some utility, which you love to see. They did pick up 2 healing syringes. Now, the
I
sites...
did see a tripwire as well down there.
Oh,
I saw a tripwire on the .com, and it looks like we see a frag grenade as well.
Yeah, so .com are investing. It's now the time to invest in a good defense, and this is their opportunity to switch things up, start giving them the lead here in this first half. Now, it looks like it's a pretty spread out offense here from Ragnarok. There's the breaching foam on Jim as Monkey Josh looking to make entry. Make a lot of noise for .com. Try and draw some attention as we do see, Sea Dragon finding that pick immediately. There's now 2.5 minutes on the clock as Scottish Ripper looks to swing into bar. Oh my goodness, this is an aggressive start from Ragnarok as an incendiary is tossed. Frag in response from .com, and here comes a push onto Site A. Not one that you see too often. Sea Dragon will take out Swialo from that boiler room connector point as Scottish Ripper finds the head of Mami Llama DK. Topi in connector. Scottish Ripper finds a second one. A double kill for Scottish Ripper. Now 2 minutes 10 seconds on the clock as Sea Dragon looking to push out. So here comes Anomalous going for the swing as Scottish Ripper looks to get the EMP planted, but Mark with a crossfire able to defend their teammate. Does get refragged by Sea Dragon as Scottish Ripper finds a third, a fourth. Scottish Ripper catching 4 of those kills. What a round there, Rip. I mean, you do not often see a push onto Site A that works.
Correct. And .com did a great job there. They were taking some early kills, holding these angles, trying to get the early kills, but Ragnarok, again, showing their map knowledge and able just to push in like they weren't even being held up by a wall or anything. .com's going to have to back up, play a little bit slower, and hold these headshot angles a little stronger to be able to make a good match against Ragnarok right now.
Those headshot angles were vital, especially for Scottish Ripper, as he got most of those kills with those headshot lineups from right behind the bunker there. So you really need to make sure you're covering those angles, making sure you can get there before somebody else can get you in the head.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Scottish Ripper being the kind of the cornerstone for that Ragnarok offense, catching 4 of those kills. That was incredibly impressive. Now, here we go in round number 4. Ragnarok, they're surprising me with their strategies. You haven't seen too many of these used in either EU or NA. Anomalous tucking right inside of garages. That drone will spot Scottish Ripper catching that kill, preventing the early picks from .com as here comes the rest of the team moving into Site B.
Now, really quickly, I just want to note that .com seems to be going on an eco round right now. It seems like they've all bought pistols, Tauruses, and Spectres. Oh, huge frag kill. I'm so sorry. I just saw a wild frag kill in the kitchen area.
It's a 2 versus 3. Mommy Llama DK looking to swing out in the kitchen, but will be caught by Scottish Ripper. That frag did a lot of damage to Ragnarok. However, they've been able to recover Sea Dragon over in the connector as Scottish Ripper once again on that kill and is able to find the 4th round here for Ragnarok. Rip, I mean, we saw Ragnarok just kind of walk into Site B, and it wasn't until .com, tried to retake that ultimately things fell apart for them. I mean, what are you thinking?
Right, even when Ragnarok's at a disadvantage, they're still creating damage or advantages here and causing massive damage. Ragnarok a little bit slower on that push, but pushed in, still took ground control, and was able to split up the attacks, making it 2v1 attacks and creating that advantage for them to win those little shoot-ups.
And it's all about the little shoot-ups. That's what matters. You need to make sure you're winning your 1v1s or 1v2s to kind of sway the game in your favor to make sure you're getting that down there. It looks like we didn't see a plant that round from Ragnarok, but we have been seeing a lot of plants, Gib, which is very interesting, seeing that usually it's a lot of kill-based play here.
Yeah, I mean, Ragnarok has been very consistent with these EMP plants, and it's something that, I mean, if you can master getting the EMP in there and planted, it can really work in your favor as an attacker. Not to mention, after the one of the recent patches, its timer got reduced to 45 seconds. So as Nightfire has pointed out in the past, it's making plays like site retakes a lot less common for the defense because it's just too difficult to get the kills and then defuse the EMP. It's really encouraging to do their job and defend a little bit more. But kid number 4 taking out Monkey Josh, starting things off nice for .com as Ragnarok pushing over into bedroom. Here comes the breach through that bedroom wall. Flash tossed in, actually doesn't catch anybody off guard. There's now 2 minutes 15 seconds on the clock as Mommy Llama DK finds the kill on Swiel.
Yeah, kid number 4, we can see right here, hiding by B, getting those headshot angles that Ragnarok had just a few rounds ago. So it looks like they're holding very strong at B. Smoke is up, now down. Anomalous able to take out Casey. And it looks like we're going to see Mark kind of by himself here. Scottish Ripper still down the stairs. Looks like he's coming up, but the cloaking device is able to find Sea Dragon. And it looks like finding Anomalous as well. Getting the 2K, possibly more coming from Scottish Ripper in the future. Could be seeing an A-side rotation here.
Scottish Ripper has just put in so much work for the team. EMP in hand as Scottish Ripper looks to move in. Kit number 4 causing problems in the back of A as we see the EMP getting planted by Scottish Ripper, but it wasn't finished as Ripper looks to retreat a little bit. Now a minute 20 on the clock. Topi playing centers. Mommy Llama DK is caught by Mark, but Scottish Ripper goes down to kid number 4, and Topi finds the kill onto Marcus. .com claim their first round over Ragnarok. And I don't know if you caught this, Rip, but I think it was a bit disorganized from Ragnarok. It looked like they wanted to push onto Site B, and then it didn't quite work out, so they decided to go for A.
Yeah, they looked a little disoriented for sure, and .com took advantage of that. They were able to hold their angles perfectly, get some early kills that made them up in numbers, and once they got the plant, Ragnarok still playing well with just 2 members. .com ultimately being able to take the trades and finish out that round strong with their first win for this map.
It got close though, right, Graphics? I mean, it was very close. Scottish Ripper was still picking up kills, even when it looked like it might be over for Ragnarok.
Yeah, insanely close. Scottish Ripper with that 2K really changing that push to A. Tried to get in there, was able to get the EMP playing off, but somebody found his head. Mark was able to get another one, but it was really too much. And Ragnarok wasn't really able to come out of there. Mark wasn't able to take out kid number 4, I think, and Mommy Llama DK. So, just unfortunate timing for Ragnarok. Wasn't able to find the heads. .com finally taking their first point.
Absolutely, and we'll see where things go in round number 6. Remember, this is the halftime round, so after this, we'll find Ragnarok on the defense. Maybe they'll find themselves in a similar situation to .com, where their defense game is weaker than their offense game. Who knows? We'll find out soon enough, as Scottish Ripper upstairs right now in bedroom with that cloaking device, getting the breaching foam on that hatch. Kit number 4 waiting downstairs. Ooh, caught off guard by that hatch. As it looks like, look at this, Ragnarok wrapping the dining room, site A, as Casey over in foyer. Monkey Josh leaning into foyer, looking for some shots through that dining room wall. Proximity alarm going off, catching Swialo as Topi picking up a kill onto Scottish Ripper, hurting this initial push from Ragnarok. There's the breach into site A, and there's the frag way into the back. It will find that door blocker, but Sea Dragon finds another kill onto Ragnarok, taking out Monkey Josh.
It looks like we're going to see Casey still sitting in the corner here with the cloaking device. Not really trying to get any peek. Mama Llama DK able to take out Swialo on the Ragnarok side. So now it is a 2v5 in favor of .com right now. We can hear grenades and everything going off. Casey almost caught by that incendiary, but it looks like it's not going to catch him. I'm very curious to see what the strategy for Ragnarok is here, Gib.
Yeah, Casey hanging around in foyer right now. I'm wondering. No, it couldn't be a salvage round though, because they don't have any reason to save. They're gonna have to play this 2v5 very, very well as they look to rotate their push once again. The kid number 4 taking out Mark with that trip mine. Unfortunate for Casey, who's now the last member of Ragnarok standing. Best case scenario for .com right now is a 4-2 game heading into the second half, as Casey looks to throw the frag. Doesn't quite go over that banister. Casey looking to swing out right into the firing line of kid number 4, and Anomalous, as Casey is getting surrounded, but does pick up a kill on Anomalous. There's Sea Dragon on the flank. Casey finds a second. Now 50 seconds on the clock as it's a 3 versus 1. Topi looking to push in garage right now. They're right on the other side of the wall as Casey looks to swing right into the line of fire from Topi. And it's going to be a 4-2 game heading into the second half with Ragnarok in the lead still. But Rip, things might start swinging the other way this time around.
Yeah, .com was able to get 2 off the defense round. If their attack is strong like Ragnarok is, we're gonna see this map swing more towards them. .com showing some really great utility use there with the trip mine getting a kill, seeing some grenades and Molotovs and such. Ragnarok's still a strong team. Something's happened. They've slowed their pace a little bit, so we're going to have to see a little bit stronger defense for them going forward.
Yeah, stronger defense indeed. Ragnarok is really going to have to try to hold their own with these points. As we've been seeing, the attackers have been doing good. Very curious to see what .com's going to do. Looks like we're going to see a possible hatch push here. We're seeing a very eco round from everybody. Ragnarok side, we got all Spectres and 1 Taurus. And on the .com side of things, we have 4 Spectres, or it looks like all 5 Spectres, and some breaching foam, and even a drone coming out from Sea Dragon.
Scottish Ripper refusing to drop that Taurus and give it up for a Spectral, as we see breaching foam on that bedroom hatch. It's not the worst thing in the world to run a Taurus because it does give you that one-shot potential. It looks like .com may try an attempt. Oh, they're going for the family room. 1, 2, 3, 4 drop as Sea Dragon looks like they're over. Oh my goodness, Topi is already just walking into site A, looking for a kill, but Swialo will find that kill onto Topi. However, Mark and Swialo have been very soft, and along with Scottish Ripper and Ragnarok do have the numbers advantage right now. But Mommy Llama DK is getting that EMP planted. Mark looking to push up as Mommy Llama DK looks to head back out. Mark looking for some shots, missing though, as Mommy Llama DK dropping 2 and still backing out. Monkey Josh on the flank, however, taking out Sea Dragon as Mommy Llama DK looks to move out, finds a third, this time onto Casey. And Monkey Josh finding Mommy Llama DK, taking out Anomalous, giving Ragnarok their 5th round. But that really could have gone either way, Rip.
Yeah, .com made a good use of that early drone. Don't usually see it first round, but able to get a lot of intel. Health is down really low for Ragnarok starting off. But then you see the individual skill coming in from Ragnarok, being able to take these 1v2, 1v3 situations and just turn them around. Great play. Good job getting the EMP down planted. Going to have to see a little bit stronger holds for the EMP plant afterwards. Maybe back up to the window, hold different angles. Overall, this is going to be a good match.
Yeah, I mean, we were seeing .com kind of bum rushing in. A huge mistake, I think, by Topi, just kind of bum rushing in. He did get a few of them low, though. As we saw towards the back half of that round, it looked like most of Ragnarok was on one hit potential from the body, from about any weapon. So I was very curious what the strategy from .com was. Didn't look like it was working out there. Very good pushes by Monkey Josh, and Mommy Llama DK, both picking up some crazy kills there. And it looks like we're moving to the second floor for this one, and a possible very spread out setup here from .com.
Yes, sites are going to be kitchen and dining room as we see that round 2 Vezin in the hands of Monkey Josh over on Ragnarok. Casey with an interesting buy of a Knut as kit number 4 waiting outside. Oh my goodness, is caught off guard by Scottish Ripper. Almost goes down, but ultimately found that kill. Now 2 minutes 50 on the clock as .com on the move. They've taken out an early pick on Ragnarok, but Scottish Ripper had a Taurus, so it won't be the most useful thing, but kit number 4 still pretty good with the Taurus, may be able to make it work for .com. However, the big threat for .com right now is the Vezin in the hands of Monkey Josh as Topi looking to move up through the laundry hallway. We saw Anomalous just take out Monkey Josh. Wait a minute, that's the Vezin players. Casey takes out Mommy Llama DK. Swealo goes down. The Vezin is still down over on Ragnarok. Casey finds Topi as kid number 4 takes out Casey. And Mark looking to run for the Vezin. It's taken out by Anomalous. No way. That Taurus was useful there, Rip. I mean, they were able to catch that pick at the very, very end and gave .com their 3rd round.
All right, we see Casey hiding there for a little bit with that Knut in the corner. You usually call those rat spots, and he could have done some real damage. They were able to get him out only after killing 2. He could have took their whole team. So great job, .com, on noticing that and not being able to fall into a mistake. Also, we saw the early push out towards the bottom door, trying to push up and get a surprise kill. Great job by Sea Dragon catching on to that and not letting this team fall these little traps. We're seeing .com pushing in great together as a team. They're going to have a little rocky roads going forward. I think Ragnarok's starting to pick their pace back up, so we'll see how that controls the game.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are kind of learning each other's play styles here. First time they've played this season. Very interesting to see. It looks like we're going to see another hatch push from .com, who has found their footing on the attacker side, doing a great job of getting in, staying together, and making sure they're finding their heads.
Mommy Llama DK watching that hatch right now, getting ready to open up the push for .com. One thing's for sure, they've definitely had a better offensive half than they have a defensive one. They were able to pick up some rounds on the defense, gave themselves a 4-2 game heading into the second half, and that's important because it gave them some padding. They were able to lose that pistol round, and they can still push for victory, which it's looking like they're getting ever closer to doing that as kit number 4 looking to push out into the family room balcony. They're going to have to watch for a roamer because last time Monkey Josh on the roam did a lot of damage to that .com push and ultimately, I think, collapsed it in the end. There's the breaching foam as a frag is tossed out. That's tier frag thrown by Casey, who finds Topi as Mommy Llama DK looks to respond with one of their own, but Casey, playing aggressive, able to push out and find a kill with the Viper, but is caught being too greedy by Anomalous.
Looks like we're going to see an incendiary throwout, stopping Sea Dragon from getting into that room for a hot second, letting Ragnarok recompose for a hot second. Scottish Ripper right on the other side of the store here. Sea Dragon get a peek, get the kill, find the head. A couple of wallbangs coming through by kit number 4.
Minute 45 on the clock. Here comes the breach into Site A. .com on the move. Swello waiting in the back on 10 health. Very, very low. And they don't have any kind of healing syringes over on Ragnarok.
It looks like Anonymous is going to go in for the plant here. We'll see if somebody like Sweal is going to move. Looks like we saw a frag grenade go out, taken out Anonymous with a crazy frag by Mark. Lands at his feet and blows him up. Hit number 4, now going to go in to try to finish the plant as Mark peeks out. Sea Dragon able to take him out. EMP planted. We're now in a post-plant scenario. Ragnarok now has to go for the defuse. Sea Dragon in the window. Possibly going to take out Monkey Josh here. Monkey Josh is going to take out Kitten though. Swell on 10 HP. Sea Dragon could be trying to camp here. He is on the floor above. Gonna drop down. Looks like we could be seeing a defuse here from Swealo.
But Monkey Josh there to deny that extra pick. Very, very well played for Ragnarok as they pick up match point here in the first half. And I mean, rip. We saw a lot of artillery that round. 2 frag grenade kills from Ragnarok.
Yeah, Ragnarok's really great use of utility right now, and that's paying out for him. You saw Casey get the early kill with the grenade and then push out and was able to get another kill right afterwards. Getting 2 people down right off the bat is always going to be a great scenario for whatever team you're on. It gives you the home advantage at that point. Ragnarok could be taking the win here, 1 round away. If they have another stronghold like that, use the utility, use the grenades, get some early kills. We're going to see them take first map.
I'm unsure if I have a bit of lag here. Graphics, are any of the players loaded in for you?
They're loaded, but they sure as hell aren't moving.
Yeah, they are. They are stuck and not moving. Oh, they've almost all been disconnected.
Not on my side of things. I did see a couple of.
I see a couple of bots here, but very, very laggy from. But this interesting. Oh.
Wait, are we back?
It looks like we were getting some possible movement. I've been very. I think this is a game server thing.
Yeah.
And not an internet. Wow. That. We've not where we. Yeah, see, it is most certainly a game server issue. You look at the clock up top. It is going back up to 50 seconds randomly. Interesting. We'll see what happens. I'm getting some notifications from the teams. We may have to take a quick pause to sort this out, figure out what is going on. If it does start to work, we will be right back. But till then, don't go anywhere because we are seeing some anomaly. We'll be right back.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
back in the Breachers VRML, and we're going to cut right over to the game. Allow me to explain what happened. So before the break, we had a big server issue. The teams got disconnected, and we've had to start the map over again. So it's not going to quite be what it was before. However, we do get to go into the second half to kind of use the checkpoint that we left off with Ragnarok. With 4 points and .com with 2. So the teams currently are in the process of resetting by just kind of throwing rounds very, very quickly. It's a crude, but it's the only way that we can really keep it fair. Otherwise, it is funny. So we're about to see poor Ragnarok get absolutely massacred by .com. Here it comes. It's a rush out with Hurricanes. And there you have it. So now that we move over to the second half, we are, of course, going to get back into the serious competitive side of Breachers. It's .com taking this offense. Ragnarok on the defense. Rip, we see a reset with the eco. Any predictions here for the second half?
I think we're still going to see Ragnarok taking this, especially now that they've kind of witnessed, sadly, what can happen. They're going to be more ready for the defense. This reset's going to throw everyone off a little bit, so hopefully these teams will just take it like water off the back and get back into this game with no problems.
And it looks like we do see somebody new hopping in on the .com side of things. Sussy Salmon gonna hop in, take the spot of, I don't really remember who, but somebody. He's just joining the game for the second half, so we'll see how that plays into .com strategy here. It looks like they are going back to the good old hatch. So let's see. What are you thinking here, Gib, as we get started?
I'm thinking we're going to see some action here from .com as there goes the breaching foam onto that bedroom hatch as we start up the second half of this game for the second time. Second time. A drone moving into family room balcony will catch Scottish Ripper as we see Sea Dragon, kit number 4, Mommy Llama DK. They're all over by bedroom. It looks like it is going to be a breach onto site B from .com. Mark picking up some damage. There's the breaching foam. As we see Monkey Josh sitting in the back of Site B along with TJ Clark, who's now over on Ragnarok. Frag toss into connector. That will catch Casey. S-tier frag from Sussy Salmon. It's 2 minutes 20 on the clock.
Looks like we're going to see a B-side push. Not something we've seen from .com very recently, but it's going to be interesting. It looks like we're going to see TJ Clark able to take out Sussy Salmon from that peak point that he has. He has his lineup set. Mark still staying alive with barely any health left, down to literally 4 HP. Another couple of great picks coming in here. Scottish Ripper taking out Sea Dragon, Anonymous taking out Scottish Ripper. And now it's a 3v4, or 3v2, sorry. Realistically, a 2v2 because Mark's at 4 HP, but you never know what he's going to do.
Mark very low on health, on 4 to be exact, as Monkey Josh takes out Anomalous, leaving kit number 4, the last player standing for .com, is in a 1v2 situation right now. Mark is very low. If Mark picks up any kind of damage from kit number 4 at all, they're going to die instantly. There's a minute and a half on the clock. It's not unreasonable to say that kit number 4 can still clutch this up. And .com are probably going to use this reset to their advantage because they can still win this. They still have some rounds that they can give up. Kit number 4 rotating around over to Site A as they have that Spectral. We see Mark, TJ Clark also running Spectrals. Minute on the clock. Kit number 4 does have possession of the EMP, looking to get that planted. Will TJ Clark and Mark be able to intercept it in time? There goes the EMP. It's been planted by kit number 4, who does have that breaching foam, looking to open up the wall. Will open up the wall. As we see how this 1 versus 2 plays out. Mark looking to go over and push out into the family room balcony.
Couple of shots coming out from TJ Clark. Looks like he's going to start the defuse. King number 4 takes out Mark. And TJ Clark able to stop the defuse with just 2 bubbles left. And kit number 4 going to be able to get it. Does a little bit of lasso, yeehaw, rip. Thoughts?
Yeah, the kid, great job there coming in and just changing it all up. Like I said at the beginning, I thought Ragnarok was going to take it because they had the advantage with knowing how the attacks were probably going to be set up. But .com came in, made their show, took heavy losses. The rotation there was huge. Getting that plant and making it a defense scenario for him was the perfect solution and got him the win for that map. .com could turn this all around and come out with a win as well. It's either way right now. We saw a 6 lead last time, so maybe we won't get the tie or the Ragnarok's leading score at the end.
Because as we know, Ragnarok was leading 6-2, I'm pretty sure 3-4, towards the end of that half, or towards the end of that round before the server crash. So it's going to be interesting to see if .com can make their way back. Looks like we're going to the middle floor, and we're going to see Garage Push mainly come in from .com here. As
Mini
the drone
Llama,
comes out.
Mommy Llama DK, if I can talk, sending that drone into Garage, picking up Mark there with that ping. .com have some intel, but we'll see where they decide to go. Sea Dragon has opened up that foyer door. Scottish Ripper waiting just inside of foyer, and this is really the alternate timeline here as .com do win this first round in the second half. They're able to buy those Vezins. They could turn this around on to Ragnarok, which would be very, very unfortunate. But technical problems don't leave us with much of a choice. It's kid number 4 picking up a lot of damage. Anomalous able to take out Scottish Ripper. It's an eco round from Ragnarok, and it looks like .com are getting ready to push into Site B.
Yeah, there is a breaching foam as Mama Llama DK peeks out, tries to swing it. Casey behind the counter. We're going to see somebody, looks like Anonymous, get a couple of peeks out. Salmon not going to be able to do anything here. Mommy Llama DK pops the window, gets taken out. Or takes somebody out, sorry. And it looks like the 5v2 does not go in favor of Ragnarok like it should be. As .com plants the EMP and takes the point. Now tied 4-4. Going into round 9. Rip, what'd you think of that?
Yeah, .com's playing it with a lot more confidence than they did the first round when they were on attacking. So this reset's so far has worked out for them great. They're coming out with new plays and playing a little bit better map knowledge, holding angles that they're not expecting, doing peaks, and getting these trade-off kills really, really quickly. I want to point out for the people just joining, we did have a reset. It was 6-3. We reset at 4-2. So the current score is 4-4.
Yeah, very different score than we saw earlier. Going to be very interesting to see what happens next. We are going to see a bottom floor here, and it looks like mostly we're going to see a side push possibly coming out from Mama Llama DK and more, as they all are sitting by the rocks and the river waiting for somebody to push in.
Looks like it's going to be that push on Dining Room once again. Actually, we saw this before from Ragnarok, but we're seeing it now from .com. There goes the drone. It's been taken out by Monkey Josh, but I think it was a double drone from .com. At least I thought I heard one. Anyways, 2 minutes 45 on the clock as Mommy Llama DK checking out that door, heading into Wine Cellar. Casey on the small stairs, looking to intercept any kind of .com offense. Now 2.5 minutes on the clock as here comes Sea Dragon and kit number 4 into Wine Cellar. Scottish Ripper waiting for that interception with the Vezins. This is a big round for Ragnarok. It's their rifle round and their opportunity to bring this game back in their favor. It's tied here in the second half. Now 2 minutes 10 on the clock. Sea Dragon tossing a frag way into the back of Arcade as Casey taking out Mommy Llama DK. Casey finding a second, intercepting Anomalous as well. Sussy Salmon looking to push Casey as well, but Casey just rotating away, not giving .com an opportunity to secure a refrag.
Yeah, and it looks like it's not going to be 3v5 in favor of Ragnarok. Not the ideal situation for .com here. They could be losing their first point of the half, but we'll see as they push up the stairs and immediately back down as kid number 4 tries to peek it. Nobody really immediately threatening them, although We see Sussy Salmon on the other side of the map really trying to retreat. Could this be a save round coming out of .com? I mean, there's still a minute, 20 seconds left on the clock as people are in the building, and Sea-Dragon is able to take out Casey from the stairs. Oh, wall bangs! Take out kit number 4 and Sea-Dragon. Double kill, leaving Sussy Salmon the last one left with the EMP. Gonna pop the wall there. Trying to get a couple of shots off, runs away. As he is the lone survivor for .com.
Minute left on the clock.
Ooh.
Sussy Salmon is able to take out Scottish Ripper. Mark picking up some damage in the hallway. Salmon pushing that kill will secure it. It's possible for Salmon to win this, but it's going to be very, very close. 45 seconds left on the clock right now. .com liking this reset so far. We'll see if they're able to secure the lead, but TJ Clark stopping Sussy Salmon's approach into
Not gonna find any damage.
Site A. Monkey Josh picking up a lot of damage, but TJ Clark able to catch Sussy Salmon as they move back into arcade. They're able to secure those trip mines, give Ragnarok even the slightest bit more eco. Rip, here we are. We're getting towards the territory of where we were last time. Ragnarok only need one more round before they secure match point. Let's hear your thoughts.
Yeah, we could see a repeat here. Ragnarok needs to get a little bit heavier on the utility to be able to take this win, I believe. But .com, we're seeing that trade out with Sussy Salmons and coming in fresh, making a lot of big plays for the team right now. Could lead the team to victory. Going to have to see a more solid team play pushing together for .com. They're getting split up here, and Ragnarok's taking advantage of that again.
Yeah. Ragnarok able to get their first point, taking advantage of those pushes. Looks like we could be seeing a garage side setup. And I do want to take a second to point out the util here. It looks like we're seeing 3 kinds of grenades and a trip line coming out of Ragnarok here so far from what we've seen. Obviously, as they go down, there could be a little bit more that we haven't seen. And some cloaking, breaching foam, heals, and frags coming out from .com. Very interested to see how they push here as the drone goes into garage.
They're well supplied over on .com. They got a couple grenades in their possession over on Ragnarok, but as Rip pointed out, I think they may need to use a little bit more utility. They did get 2 free trip mines, but we'll see where Ragnarok and .com decide to go with this round. It looked like they may try to push into garage, but I'm wondering if maybe they're changing the approach to center more around the foyer. 2 minutes 20 on the clock as the round has kind of turned into a standstill so far.
Looks like nobody has really been shooting yet. I feel like I have to keep it quiet, like make sure they can hear. As Mommy Llama DK kind of lines himself up by the garage. Nobody really hitting any shots, just mainly wall bangs coming through on both sides of things as we hit 2 minutes left on the clock. A grenade goes out, not going to do any damage. More shots as well, not doing anything. Casey sitting behind the wall there waiting for them to push in like now. Mommy Llama DK goes down. Sussy Salmon able to get the revenge kill, but still making it a 4v4. And EMP down as well. That's a great pick for Casey.
Good refrag by .com, able to take out Casey, drop one of the Vezins of Ragnarok in garage. Monkey Josh also picking up a lot of damage from Smoke Salmon, who's in the back of the garage. There's now just 1:20 on the clock. Smoke tossed by Ragnarok, looking to close off the perspective from .com just a little bit more, and Monkey Josh able to take out Anomalous. There's now 1:10 left on the clock as .com, their push is kind of reaching a standstill. They need to get some kind of momentum, some sort of pace to carry them through the rest of this round, and it looks like they're going to try and switch up the push over to Site A. Smoke Salmon looking for some damage, but is caught in an incendiary grenade a little bit, picking up a little bit more damage. Does have a heal, but it's not quite ready yet. Kit number 4, meanwhile, taking out Scottish Ripper as it turns into a 3 versus 3. There's 40 seconds left on the clock right now. Kit number 4 moving into the living room as TJ Clark looking to move out, but there is just 30 seconds left. .com is going to have to move to get that EMP planted as Sussy Salmon taking out TJ Clark. Mark looking to move through the connector. May catch Sussy Salmon with the frag. No! Did catch Sussy Salmon, but not before Salmon was able to take out those players and give .com a 5-5 game here in the second half of map 2.
It is getting close. Rip, your thoughts on the score and that prior match?
Yeah,
Round, I don't even know.
the reset definitely showing in favor of .com for the most part. But we are seeing Ragnarok coming back a little bit stronger as well as they're starting to pick up their pace. You saw more angles being played. They're getting better at holding the sites. Still like to see a lot more utility from them, whether it's trip mines placed in different areas, catching someone off guards, well-placed grenades, or mollies. I think that's going to be the game change that they need to make to be able to win this match. .com still be playing pretty solid. Sussy Salmon doing great work for them as they're pushing in, showing individual play work. Overall, we still got a really close game here.
Absolutely, it's close. 5-5, it's a tie. Whoever wins this round is going to have that match point for map 1. We'll see who picks it up. Originally, it was Ragnarok, but remember, that second half reset that we had because of the server crashing has reset us to a 4-2, and that gave .com a bit of an opportunity to change how the outcome would be. Of course, we do understand that it is frustrating because Ragnarok was winning, and it might have been a Ragnarok map already by now, but there's not a whole lot you can do because you'd have to kind of retrace who killed who and what happened in the second half to get us exactly where we were last time. So unfortunately, the only solution we have to the problem right now is to reset it on map 2. But we'll see what happens. I mean, Ragnarok could still bring it back and secure match point. .com could push for it. And it's looking like they are having a very, very nice second half here. 2 ecoing players on Ragnarok as a frag tossed down into storage. There's the breach onto the gym wall. 2 minutes on the clock as .com starting off with a bit of a slower push. It looks like they're starting to execute here. Sea Dragon over on the big stairs making their way down. Monkey Josh just waiting in arcade. There's 1:40 on the clock and .com is on the move.
Finally getting into the house here. Couple of shots going off from Kitten and others. Now the second wall breach, able to help Mommy Lama DK Anonymous and Sussy Salmon get these picks that they so desperately need to take the points for .com, especially getting that EMP planted. Sea Dragon able to take out Monkey Josh. Casey gonna drop in from the hatch, take out one, but not be able to take out the others as they get on him and take him down. Rip, thoughts as we go into a possible match, or as we go into match point for .com?
Yeah, match point, possible tie coming up. This will be the last round. .com doing a great job there, playing slow, trying to bait out the other team, get those early kills, grabbing their attention towards the front, breaching that second wall, and able to get shots in behind the line, throwing Ragnarok off guard completely. These are some great plays that we see in the pro level all the time. Works out, taking the advantage, making it to your side, and giving you that win for the round. Ragnarok's going to have to play pretty solid right now just to bring back to a tie. Utility's going to need to be placed a little bit better, properly, and grenades, Molotovs, anything to slow down .com.
And as we see .com, we're going to be a mid-floor bomb. We could be seeing a garage push. Here, it looks like that's what they're setting up. Or we could see something from the foyer, as that's where Sea Dragon's set up. I have no idea. Gib, let's see what happens in this round number 12.
It's going to be close for both teams. Best case scenario for Ragnarok is no longer a win, but a tie instead. .com can push for the win as they find themselves on a fortunate turn of events. Here comes a drone into garage. Oh, there's a trip mine right in the back by the box in garage. 2:40 as TJ Clark currently playing center of B, and here comes .com on the push into garage. They're looking to be a little bit faster this time, throw off Ragnarok with a bit more pace as Sussy Salmon actually picking up some damage from that trip mine. There's the breaching from Casey, tossing out a frag in the garage. Not bad, catching some damage onto Kitten number 4. Very well thrown from Marcus. There's 2 minutes of 15 on the clock. There's the breach, and there's a frag toss into the back
Double
of side
frag.
B as Monkey Josh picking up a lot of damage and will ultimately go down to that double frag from Mommy Llama DK. There's now 2 minutes on the clock, but Ragnarok respond with a frag of their own, which catches Sussy Salmon, almost taking them out. Here comes the push from .com as Sussy Salmon moving over to Laundry. Now 1:50. There is a bit of a stalemate here as the teams are just waiting for somebody to push in and make the first move. And there it is as Mommy Llama DK looking to get the EMP planted. Sussy Salmon finding the kill on the mark as Casey takes out Sussy Salmon. Anomalous in the meantime, taking out Scottish Ripper, finds a second on a TJ Clark, and it's now just down to Casey, who is able to take out Anomalous, but has to 1v3 against Mommy Llama DK, kit number 4, and Sea Dragon. EMP is taking down, and Sea Dragon taking out Casey to give .com the win on map number 1.
Wow. Just wow is all I can say. Some phenomenal plays in that last match there by .com. We saw lots of frags. That double frag, definitely a highlight for me. I love a good use of util. Rip, what'd you think there?
Yeah, we definitely saw a lot more utility coming out from both sides there. Amazing. The plant there is what changed that round over. Once they were able to get that plant and turn it into a defensive stance, they had that round won from my perspective. .com took the reset, made it their advantage, created a lot of advantages within their pushes, and ultimately that's why they took the final.
Yeah, luck was on the side of the EU, former champions of Season 1. .com able to use the reset, as you said, to their advantage against the team who is kind of new but doing a great job. I mean, that was a very hard-fought match, quite literally to the very end. As we get ready, I assume, to go into map 2.
Yeah, now away team gets to pick map number 2. We're not sure of who banned, if they banned, but taking a look at the matchup data, if you're .com, where are you going for map number 2 here, Rip?
If I am .com, we're going to probably end up going with either Arctic. Arctic's probably going to be the most, maybe a ship play. They have pretty good win percentages on both those maps, but I'm predicting Arctic.
Arctic, not a bad pick. And Gravix, let's get your take here. Where would you go if you were .com?
Looking at .com's their stats here, it looks like their win percent on Hideout, obviously already played, is one of their lowest, but it looks like their ship and their Arctic plays for Season 2 have been very good, especially with their rounds 1 on Arctic. So I will probably have to agree with Rip and say Arctic here. Definitely not Skyscraper, though, as the stats say, because they've played 1, not won any, and have won only 3 out of Arctic, and have played 7 rounds, and basically 7-0'd the last team. So I think it's going to be the smartest decision for .com to go to Arctic here. Now, Gib, what are you thinking? What map should .com be going to?
Well, I already know the answer to that, and it's going to be ship, as it looks like we are going to start things off immediately as we head into map number 2, which is ship. Here we are, map number 2, as .com taking the lead of this series so far. We do have Ragnarok once again on the offense, .com once again on the defense. Spectrals across the board except for Scottish Ripper once again. Now, Rip, let me get your opinion here as our analyst. I mean, ship is definitely a close quarters map. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, I think .com's going to have a great time on this map. They've had the 100% win ratio on this map so far. Not that they played it often, but close combat seems to suit some of their players a little more. Kitten, Solomon, and Anomalous. You're probably going to see those 3 stepping up on this map.
Scottish Ripper opening up the window to get us started here on round number 1 of map number 2. Monkey Josh, Scottish Ripper now making entry into Fire as Sea Dragon moving up the stairs on the roam, about to run into Casey. Oh my goodness, Sea Dragon is looking the wrong way. I think Casey knows somebody's on the flank and does take out Sea Dragon before they cause any kind of damage to this Ragnarok offense. Very nice scouting there from Casey. Here comes the Breaching Foam onto Pump as Ragnarok on the move.
Looks like you're going to see a grenade come out from Monkey Josh. Got a little bit of damage on Mama Llama. DK as shots go off by TJ Clark. Trying to get a couple of heads here. Kit number 4 peeking out. Gonna try to get a couple of shots, or at least bait a couple of shots from TJ Clark and the rest of Ragnarok. Kit number 4 is gonna get some damage taken. But, oh my gosh, 2 go down. Kit number 4, last one up, gets taken out by Scottish Ripper with the Taurus. And gets Ragnarok their first point rip. That Taurus really coming in clutch there.
Yeah, he's making that Taurus work for him. It's a great weapon. One shot accuracy. Has to be 100% with it, though. If you're not good with it, you're not going to make anything with it. But Ragnarok being pretty aggressive there, getting the plays done, able to get the first point on board, similar to what we saw going on the last map. So if Ragnarok can get on a roll again, we might see them take this map.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see. Ragnarok could take it to a map 3 here, but we did see this last game, or at least in the first half before the server disconnect. Ragnarok was very, very strong on their offense, but .com was able to get it after having a lucky server reset. If they didn't have the server reset, I think Ragnarok could have taken the last map. So I'm very curious to see how this goes. Obviously, ship a very different map from Hideout. A lot bigger, a lot more close quarters, which suits some players, not others. So it's going to be really interesting to see here, Gib, as we get started with round number 2.
Yeah, here we go. We're seeing a round 2 Vezin from Scottish Ripper. Ragnarok, they're confident with only giving one player a round 2 Vezin. This is kind of a pattern I've seen from them on both maps. When they get the opportunity to go for that round 2 Vezin, they usually only give it to one player as they purchase a little more util instead of firepower. But they are still giving themselves that advantage with a Vezin player. Actually, the last time they did have a Vezin player, it worked out in favor of .com instead. So we'll see if history repeats itself now that we're on map 2. But Ragnarok are hungry. They've lost map 1 due to some unfortunate circumstances. We'll see if they can bring it back here on map 2. TJ Clark taking out kitten number 4 will be traded by Mommy Llama as Mark finding Sea Dragon. There's now 2 minutes 15 on the clock and an early start here for both teams. The Scottish Ripper picking up some damage. Sussy Salmon dropping not 1 but 2 will be refragged by Casey as the Vezin is down. Mark popping a smoke, looking to cut off a little point of view here, but Anomalous on the flank as 2 minutes on the clock. Mark is not watching. Maybe flanked by Anomalous, picking up some damage as Anomalous does secure the kill. It's now just down to Casey, the last member of Ragnarok, standing here on the offense, and Mommy Llama swinging to find that kill as .com respond in history. In fact, it does repeat itself on map 2, Rip.
Exactly. Anomalous, great job doing the flank there, but you saw both teams coming into a pretty strong attack there. .com was able to hold on to their defense, getting knocked down really low, anonymously coming around back and able to sneak up and take out the final kills there and give the win to .com to give us a 1-1. Going to see similar gameplay to what we did last map. Ragnarok is a very strong team on attack, but as we saw here, .com can change that at any moment if they play their homer and their positioning right.
Anonymous really the star of the show there. Coming into the back half, getting both those kills and capitalizing on that flank to make sure he can tie it up and not make it a stomp out by Ragnarok for this map. So it's going to be really interesting. Now very curious to see what happens, especially in the second half as we get there. But right now, we're only moving on to round 3, as it looks like most Vezins are being bought on the Ragnarok side. Same with .com. So it looks like we're going to see 3-4 Vezins on each side.
Yeah, it's the big Vezin round, the rifle round for both teams as Mark Casey Monkey Josh, TJ Clark, all stacking up outside of Infirmary. Scottish Ripper upstairs looking to clear out any kind of .com roamer. We're currently, again, sitting even on the score 1-1 here in Map 2. Map 1 did go in favor of .com 7-5. We'll see what happens here on Map 2 as Sea Dragon winning their battle upstairs on a on a Scottish Ripper. There's a breach through the red hallway as Ragnarok on the move. Frags exchange between both sides. Sussy Salmon picking up a lot of damage. Will be able to pick up the kill on a Marcus. TJ Clark finds Sussy Salmon.
Wow, yeah, TJ Clark looks like he's going to be keeping around these stairs here. Oh, is Mommy Llama DK able to take him out as he's running around peeking? Casey now knows Mommy Llama's right there. Hasn't completely peeked yet. As kid number 4 walks into the kitchen. Could get a good sight line on Casey here. Oh, and he does get a headshot kill straight onto him. As Monkey Josh tries to get some more kills. Not able to take out kid number 4. Gets a couple more shots off. Does not go towards Mama Llama DK. As the rest of them sit in B. Last 2 members of .com versus Monkey Josh. Who looks like it's going to flank around here.
Now just a minute and a half on round number 3. Monkey Josh making their way through the hallway. It's a 1 versus 2. Monkey Josh does have possession of that Vezin. Here we go. Moving over into red hallway. Yeah, it does have the champion skin. There you go. Now a minute 10 left on the clock as Monkey Josh is able to pick up a kill onto kitten number 4. Walking into a trip mine, though, picking up a lot of damage as it's now just down to Mommy Llama DK, who is able to pick up that kill and give .com the lead here. Now, I had a thought as we were playing this out, Rip. Ship is often thought to be a defender-sided map, so how do you think this is going to impact this game?
Yeah, so there are sides to maps, but once you get to a certain level of play, the sides really don't matter more. It's what the team makes of themselves. Now, the defense is usually a little bit stronger, but we're seeing a lot coming out of here on Ragnarok, trying to make some gameplays.com, obviously holding off the defense with a lot of great utility use. Ragnarok can change it around. They're using a drone. They're getting their intel, but we need to see them push stronger like they did last map. They were pushing in together, taking 2v1 instead of 1v1s. And that was working out to their advantage. So if Ragnarok can get back to what we saw in Hideout, more confident and more solid on their push, they're going to come out with some more rounds.
Not to mention that Ragnarok have been losing to some of these .com roamers. Round 1 they were able to, Casey was able to take out Sea Dragon, but it hasn't happened since. The roamers from .com have taken the initiative and found more picks in their stint of this first half. It's a 2-1 game. Still plenty of time for Ragnarok to bring things back. They're only 1 round down, but they walk right into storage, and we see a bit of a massacre as Mommy Llama DK finds not 1, but 2. Sea Dragon finds a kill of their own, and just like that, it's down to a 2 versus 4.
Yeah, that was insane start by .com. Immediately taking out another one as well. Casey, the last one left alive, and it looks like those sides are really coming into play here. We've seen some very huge kills. It looks like kid number 4 gonna possibly peek out here. Casey still hiding behind the locker. And last one up, nowhere near the EMP, so it looks like he's gonna have to go through kills or at least try to get to the other side, or he could go for a save here as he's only at 500 creds.
2 minutes on the clock. It's just down to Casey, who's got a 1 versus 4 against kit number 4, Sea Dragon, Mommy Llama DK, and Sussy Salmon. They all have Vezins. Mommy Llama DK and Sussy Salmon both have healing syringes, so it's a tall order here. Rip, do you think the solution here is to just salvage and cut your losses and move on to the next round?
Yeah, that Vezin's going to be big for the next round. If he could get in there and get maybe a couple kills to boost up their economy, it'd be nice, but saving that Vezin with the economy they have is definitely going to be the best solution.
Looks like that's exactly what we're seeing right now from Casey as he runs around the outside of the ship, I assume, for the next minute and 30 seconds.
It's going to be quite a bit of a long time here until we get to this next round, but I guess now we're getting a wonderful little tour of the outside of ship.
Yeah.
A lot of effort put into these maps by Triangle Factory. Of course, we thank them for that, and of course for sponsoring the VRML as well. But ultimately, it's been a good first half for .com, but we've seen this before where if teams can get at least a round on the offense, it preferably would be 2, they've actually been able to turn things around completely before. So we could see that happen with Ragnarok. They're definitely a strong team, and I think they possess the ability to bring it back against .com. What do you think, Rip?
Yeah, I definitely agree. There's plenty of opportunity here for Ragnarok to bring it around. Even if they can't get a couple more wins here on the attacker side, the defense side can change everything. A team that's strong on defense can completely reverse sweep another team.
Yeah. Or we could just see a normalcy coming out for .com. It's going to be really interesting to see how the rest of this defender side goes and how .com on the attack goes. Because who knows, Ragnarok might pull it out in the end and possibly take those points while they're defending. But right now, .com's going to take the point as Casey saves his Vezin and keeps his eco for the rest of his team. As we move in to round number 4.
Let me do this. Sorry, just had to turn you down a little bit, Rip. No big deal there. But anyways, we are moving into round number 5 here in this first half of map number 2. Rifles around the board, or across the board, from both teams. Now, we're not seeing too much utility from Ragnarok. It looks like they are starting to buy some more. I'm liking what we're seeing from .com, though. They're investing. And Rip, I think I think you cannot understate the value that utility and extra gadgets bring.
Yeah, utility is one of the most important factors of this game. You can get early call-outs, knowing where the team's setting up, or knowing how to change your play in a quick second. You got grenades that you could throw around a corner and kill a whole team with if you get lucky.
Here we are starting things off on round number 5 in the second half as the drone moving into the map for Ragnarok. They did invest in that utility, as I had mentioned before. Here comes Mark moving over to the green stairs, looking to make entry for the rest of this Ragnarok team. Scottish Ripper holding the flank the other way. Now 2.5 minutes left on the clock as Casey and Scottish Ripper. I wonder if they decided where they want to push. It looks like they are deciding to push over to Site B once again. Static field emitter in the middle of the hallway may cause some problems. Actually, it's a bathroom breach. They're going for Site A over on Ragnarok. We'll see how well this works for them. Mommy Llama DK throwing a frag into that little cubby, not finding anybody as there are 2 minutes left on the clock. There goes the hatch upstairs as Mark looking for any kind of roamer. Anomalous is able to take out Monkey Josh as it's now a 4 versus 5 in this round.
Looks like we see a couple of smoke grenades coming out. Try to get a little more push from Ragnarok as they plant the EMP. TJ Clark. Ooh, great trades coming out here. It's now a 2v3 in favor of .com. More shots going off as well. Scottish Ripper gonna try to get a couple of more shots. 2v2 now. Kid number 4 and Sussy Salmon versus Scottish Ripper and Mark. As Scottish Ripper tries to get a couple more shots and is able to take out Sussy Salmon, found the head. As Kitten and Scottish Ripper could be going into a hallway skirmish here. Doesn't look like it. EMP seems to be finished. Planting now by Mark. So it's now a post-plant scenario in favor of Ragnarok. Kid number 4 gonna push through. Immediately get tagged. Scottish Ripper gonna chase and find it.
It looks like Scottish Ripper, or excuse me, kit number 4 was going to go for that Vezin, but wasn't able to pick it up there. Rip, walk us through that round. What do you think happened that gave Ragnarok the ability to win that?
Yeah, Ragnarok pushing in well as a team. They were able to put a smoke in early to cut off some of the angles that .com can hold, allow them to push in and get those trades. A lot of the gameplay here is trading. When someone dies, you got to get that kill right after to make it even again. And we see a lot of that coming out. A lot of good utility use so far. The plant was set down. .com maybe should have decided to save there, though, instead of going back. the economy is definitely in favor of Ragnarok here now from now on.
Ragnarok, especially because that save, Casey has had a lot of extra eco. We can see his bar fully kitted out, along with Scottish Ripper and Monkey Josh. A lot of them having 2 or 3 utility slots filled. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they use it. .com also buying util, getting what they need as we get ready for round number 6, the last round before the swap, seeing if we get a tie going in, or if we see .com take the lead by 2 points as Monkey Josh foams up the wall to B, and Casey runs in.
I'm really curious to see how Ragnarok is going to do once they're on the defensive half, because if they are looking for that defensive game, they're doing a very, very good job of earning themselves some points. They've already earned 2 rounds on their offensive half. So if they're looking to bring it back on defense, this is a very, very good start for them right now. Not to mention they can make it 3-3, but things are starting to look a little bit worse as kit number 4 opens the round up with a pick onto Scottish Ripper. Good start for .com, who is a little bit lower on money than Ragnarok. Ragnarok were able to invest in a lot of utility and some weapons. Casey foaming that wall. There goes a frag grenade, and there goes a breach as Mark taking out Sussy Salmon over in Workshop, and Monkey Josh with an excellent crossfires is now down to a 4 versus 3.
Yeah, Ragnarok now having the advantage of numbers as they push in. One going down though with the EMP as the trade goes down. And it's now a 3v3. Anonymous able to find the head of TJ Clark. T-Dragon as well able to find the head of Mark, now making it a 1v3 in favor of .com, who's possibly going to get their 4th defensive point here, which is going to be very interesting to see how they play on attack here, as that's how they won the last game. As Monkey Josh could be taking a salvage round here as he moves towards A side. He could be going in for it. It is only a 1v3, and there's no point of salvaging as it's the last round before the swap. So he's going to have to try to clutch this up here. As he sees Anonymous comes from behind, finds the head, and alerts the other 2 that, oh, I'm on the other side now.
Anomalous has consistently shaken up Ragnarok with some of these crazy angles and places that they sit, but was caught completely off guard there by Monkey Josh, who rotated all the way around over to Pump, now making their way through the red engine. There's 50 seconds left on the clock, and Monkey Josh does not have possession of the EMP. There's only 40 seconds left. 2 Vezins against 1, but Monkey Josh does have some healing items. Either way, it's going to be a tough clutch for Monkey Josh, but it's one that, if it does work out, would bring Ragnarok with a very, very nice second half, as Monkey Josh is able to take out Sea Dragon, walking through that proximity alarm. Kitten number 4 now has an idea of where to shoot, and it's coming down to this 1 versus 1 as Monkey Josh catching Kitten number 4 off guard, and Ragnarok bring it into the second half 3-3. Rip, what are your thoughts here? I mean, this could be very big for Ragnarok.
Yeah, definitely going forward. They got a little bit more hype there. You just want a 1v3 situations. Anytime someone's able to pull something like that off, it's always going to get the team hyped up and going into the next round. .com had a very good stance there, though. They were holding very well. Monkey just able to get around them and play that. We're going to see them switching sides here, so I'm interested to see how .com chooses to attack and if we'll get a stronger defense from Ragnarok.
Yeah, Ragnarok's defense is going to be very interesting here, as I haven't really seen them play defense on ship, but this is pretty defensive sided, so let's see if they can keep that trend up, or if .com's going to be able to get the points on attack that they need to push in going into our second half here.
Either way, it's shaping up to be a very, very fun map 2 with these teams. .com versus Ragnarok. If you're just joining us, map 1 went to .com 7-5. Map 2 currently tied as we move into the second half. We'll see where the pistol round takes us. It's that standard opening from both teams. Spectrals across the board, except for Scottish Ripper, who is sticking with that Taurus. Interesting push from .com here. It looks like they are starting off closer towards the back half of this map. There are 2.5 minutes on the clock. Plenty of time for .com to make a move, and it looks like they are possibly going to make entry by storage over on the navigation side of this top floor. There's 2 minutes 20 as kit number 4 moving into the back hallway. We see Monkey Josh over by green stairs right now, and we'll see where they decide to go with this push.
It looks like we haven't seen anybody drop down through hatch here. Tussie Salmon, the first one to go down. I see Dragon breaks through the door as well. Looks like they could be going for a B site push here. Mark shooting a couple of wall bangs through. Very curious to see how .com decides to push. Looks like they're not very together while being very together at the same time. Looks like they're traveling more in pairs as they try to get more kills. Oh, speaking of kills, Sea Dragon and Mommy Llama going down. Mark has a good bit of damage done to him. Sussy Salmon gonna peek. Knock her down to Scottish Ripper. As I say that, Sussy Salmon goes down to Mark, making it a 2v5. Not the ideal scenario for kit number 4. And Anonymous as Monkey Josh takes him out, leaving him on 1 HP, but still making this a 1v5 scenario for kit number 4. And now the question is, save or play?
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be maybe a save for kit number 4, but then again, they might decide to go a different route because they only have a Spectral in possession and they may not consider it to be worth anything, but we'll see what they decide to do. 50 seconds on the clock right now. Monkey Josh very low, Mark very low on health, but Casey, Scottish Ripper, and TJ Clark all have max health or close to max health, and Casey takes out kit number 4 to give Ragnarok the lead here on the defense. And we'll see. I mean, Rip, this is a good start for Ragnarok. I had the thought that they would do well on defense, and this could be the start of something good.
Right, they're definitely holding down the fort a lot better. With that final play, talking about the save or not save there, during a pistol round, it's better not to save. Getting those kills are a little bit more valuable for the team in the economy situation. But Ragnarok is holding down a great defense right now, so .com's going to have to figure out how to either play more aggressive together or get these trades with this Ragnarok team.
Ragnarok, as you said, a very iron defense here, knowing exactly where they need to be. Great camping by Monkey Josh on green stairs, waited for his time to go, and was able to help his team there. Very interesting, typical light grabbing a, I forget the name of that one, but it's like the SMG pistol. As we start round number 8. Looks like we're going to see a couple of windows shot out towards the A side. Sea Dragon and Anonymous.
And here comes the push from .com as they make their way back into ship. Monkey Josh upstairs right now with that Spectral, looking to catch Typical Light, who's now subbed in for .com, but Typical Light finds Monkey Josh instead. This could be big for .com as they're able to take out a clear roamer early, but Casey finds Anomalous with that Knut. Now 2 minutes 20 on the clock as Casey tossed that frag, and we'll see where .com decides to go with this. Sussy Salmon Sea Dragon over by fire as Mommy Llama DK hanging outside of green engine along with Sussy Salmon. 2 minutes on the clock. It's, again, kind of a stalemate as we see some slow play from both of these teams. There's nothing wrong with that. .com has 2 minutes to make a move, so we'll see where they decide to go.
It looks like we're seeing a couple of pings to the A side. Could be where we're seeing a push or a breach coming in as shots fly over to the red engine. As Casey throws a frag, not able to get in the door and misses. Not going to connect anywhere again. As you were saying earlier, Gib, this stalemate really coming to show as we go down to about a minute left on the clock. And .com really needs to make their move here.
Yeah, you don't want to keep too many players alive as you burn down the clock, because you need to soften up the defense a bit if you are going to go for some of those later plants or later pushes. There's a minute left on the clock, and it's a 4 versus 3. So things are looking a little bit worse for .com right now. We'll see how Ragnarok decides to respond to this coming push. Here comes Sea Dragon on the flank for Pump, picking up some damage from TJ Clark, who's just waiting in the back, not peeking out now that Sea Dragon is looking for some shots of their own, as Scottish Ripper taking out Mommy Llama DK, using that Taurus effectively. It's TJ Clark taking out Sea Dragon. It's now just down to Sussy Salmon, and this could be Ragnarok's opportunity to bring this game further ahead of .com. We see that Knut on the flank, forcing Sussy Salmon to push towards Green Engine. Finds the kill on a Scottish Ripper as Casey playing close with that Knut, and Mark is ultimately the one who is able to take out Sussy Salmon and give Ragnarok a 5-3 game.
Yeah, Ragnarok's taking a lead over here. Their defense is looking a lot stronger as they're playing together, bringing in Knuts, hiding in these little rat corners and able to make plays out of it. .com's got to figure out what they're doing here. Their confidence seems to be a little bit low as they're slowing down through their pace. Like to see them get a little bit more aggressive, get in there, faster game, play faster trades. I think they still have a good chance to bring this back.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe Ragnarok will hit 6 points and there will be another server reset. Who knows?
Hopefully not.
not.
Hopefully
But-
not.
Lightning usually does not strike the same place twice. So let's hope it doesn't strike here twice with another server reset as we move in to round number 9, I'm pretty sure.
Is round number 9. Hopefully, I mean, the saying is lightning doesn't strike the same place twice at all. So let's hope that doesn't happen. We don't have another server crash, because that would be, I don't think the teams would be down for another server crash. Maybe .com. But no, we all want to play fair here, and it was just unfortunate that map 1 had that server crash, but we brought it back to the best of our ability, and we'll see what happens here now that we're in the second half of map number 2. It's 5-3. Ragnarok once again taking the lead. If they win this round, they'll have match point on map number 2. Typical Light waiting just outside of site B with an Omen. 3 Vezins from .com and the Omen, 4 Vezins from Ragnarok, and Casey running that Knut once again. I'm going to go for those close range one shots, waiting over in navigation possibly for entry here from .com as they push onto navigation.
Casey with a great frag, able to take out Sussy Salmon. And Monkey Josh taking out DK, Mama Llama DK. Anonymous going down to Mark as well. Oh, another great kill by Mark. Leaving it down to Sea Dragon versus the world as he goes down to Casey and the Knut. Taking Ragnarok to match point 6-3.
Yeah, seeing .com's not able to make any moves this going on. Their utility is lacking a little bit. You see Ragnarok using their grenades and well placement with those grenades. Smoke grenade came out. Great play. That Knut hiding in dangerous spots, though, it's taking .com off guard. They got to figure out a new system to push to be able to bring this back and tie. Otherwise, we're at game point with Ragnarok.
And I think really the best case scenario for .com is they tie. So I think that means we go to a guaranteed third map here.
Well, we're already guaranteed to go to a third map because Ragnarok have guaranteed match point here. So it at least is going to end in a tie. But Ragnarok are keen to not let it end in a tie and instead push for victory here on map number 2. I made the call as we got into the second half that they would have a really, really good defensive stint, and they have delivered absolutely, as they are now 3 rounds ahead of .com, not showing any signs of slowing down as they shut .com down pretty hard in the previous round. 2 minutes 50 on the clock as we start off round number 10. We'll see what happens with the teams. If .com can keep their stint in this second map going a little bit longer, get ever closer to the tie, or if Ragnarok is going to push for victory. Oh my goodness. Wow, what an S-tier frag from Typical Light as they push into the lounge right now. Mark firing some shots towards that door blocker. There's now 2 minutes 20 on the clock. Another frag toss, this time from Ragnarok. Won't find anybody, however, as we see Breaching Foam on that lounge wall. This is a good start for .com. They were able to take out a Ragnarok player very, very early, give themselves a nice little Vezin to use there. Now 2 minutes on the clock as .com have plenty of time again to figure out where they want this push to go. We heard a frag, and there it is, tossed into the back of Cafeteria. They were looking for somebody. They didn't quite find it. Typical Light moving in, finds 1 and 2. Ooh. A quick 1-2 punch as Monkey Josh taking out Sea Dragon, who dropped from the hatch with that trip mine.
Great pick by his teammate Mama Llama DK to let Monkey Josh be the last one that's alive as he retreats and the EMP gets planted. Mommy Llama gonna peek into the kitchen here where Monkey Josh is hiding. It's a very interesting scenario here.
Monkey Josh, yeah, in a very tough spot as Mommy Llama goes down, but Typical Light on the flank, and Typical Light definitely the MVP of that round with, I don't know if you saw it, Rip, a beautiful entry into sight, able to take out the player in the back towards Freezer and then the person behind the bomb. And I think that takes a lot of critical thinking and discipline to do, to shoot the player who's farther away and then go for that closer player.
That's correct. And .com looking a lot better that turn, coming in as a solid team, being able to fill out the space and like you said, get those early picks in the back and push forward and take all the ground controls they push in. Ragnarok still looking pretty good with their utility use, getting trip mine kills and such, but we have a chance here to come to another tie if .com continues to play the way they are right now.
Yeah, .com finally finding their footing on the attacker's end and possibly taking it to a tie. We don't know though, Ragnarok could just come back and take this point here. Very curious to see what happens as we go into round number 11, full Vezins, full kitted, everybody has their util, and we're ready for a climactic, possible finale.
Again, possible, because as Gravix has pointed out, and Rip, I mean, there is still the possibility that .com could win this round and then pursue for a tie. Anything can happen right now. It's Breachers, so I've seen a lot of crazy things happen. There goes the drone early as Monkey Josh heading back downstairs. Mommy Llama DK and Typical Light pushing over towards navigation once again. Interesting, they entered over by Coffee, and they're now pushing Site B. There's the Breaching Foam on the navigation wall from Mommy Llama DK. You don't often see Breaching Foam on that particular wall. This could be interesting. Sussy Salmon looking to find some damage onto Casey, who's tugging just inside of navigation. Mark finds Typical Light as Mommy Llama DK refragging Mark. Scottish Ripper, meanwhile, going down to Mommy Llama as Sussy Salmon swings in with a kill onto Casey. TJ Clark goes down to Sussy Salmon, and Anomalous wraps things up as .com now have a 6-5 game. They're just one round away from tying it up here on map 2, Rip.
Yeah, we're seeing .com coming back to the way they were last map. They're opening those multiple angles and being able to get behind the line and get those kills while distracting them in the front. It's working out great. They're taking advantage of that completely. Ragnarok can still win this, though. Right placements of their utilities, get that roamer out, try to get behind the team as they're pushing in. Ragnarok still has a chance, but .com is looking pretty solid right now.
.com finding their strat, like I said, but it's a little too late as we're almost at the end of the round, the end of the map on ship here, going to a map 3. Depending on who wins this, I mean, we're guaranteed map 3, but still, gonna be very curious to see who wins this if we tie, or we could see Ragnarok take their win and see what map 3 is going to be as we move on to round 12, the final round of ship here in the Breachers VRML.
I eat my words all the time here at the Breachers VRML channel, and today is no exception as Ragnarok have had trouble finding their pace here in this second half on map number 2. There's 2 minutes 50 on the clock as we start up the final round of map number 2, round 12 of 12. We'll see who walks away as either the winner, which would be Ragnarok, or if .com can tie it up, a double drone from .com. One goes down. The second, checking out Red Engine, will go down to Monkey Josh. It's .com making their way over by Fire. Now moving through to Green Engine is Typical Light is already in pump, but caught completely off guard by Scottish Ripper, who is waiting over in Site A, and it's a 5 versus 4 to start things off here on this 12th round, but 2 quick kills in succession as Mark refragging Sea Dragon. And I was about to say .com are starting to pull ahead, but now it doesn't look like that's happening. But Anomalous taking out Scottish Ripper, and now .com is pulling ahead slightly. So it's been a back and forth as Mommy Llama DK takes out Mark, and it's now just down to TJ Clark. And there you have it. Anomalous takes out TJ Clark. Ragnarok unable to bring it home on map number 2, and it will result in a tie for .com.
Yeah, curious to see what the map 3 will end up being here, but .com finding their path back to victory towards the end there. They look like a different team for the last couple of rounds, coming in, getting angles, and able to push together and get those refrags right away. Ragnarok making a good stand there, trying to catch them off guard and get the roam going, but wasn't able to quite get it.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens here as we get to map number 3. I believe the map pick would go to Ragnarok, if I remember correctly. And let's take a look at where you would possibly go. Hideout has already been played. We can't do that again. Would you take Skyscraper Graphics if you were Ragnarok? That's their second best map. They've played 22 rounds there, and they've only done 1% worse than Chip. They've won 55% of their rounds. Is that where you would go?
I think just because I haven't played much of Arctic in comp play, I think I would go to Skyscraper. If it's your better and your most experienced map, at this point, you're really trying to win. You've seen the power of the team on your maps or on their maps. So you have to see if you can win this game by going to your best map, which seems to be Skyscraper. If they haven't, because they've already gone to Hideout.
Interesting.
Oh.
I was about to I see you were looking a little bit confused there, Rip, as we get into map number 3, the third and final map, which is going to be Factory. Here we are, the final map of this matchup between .com and Ragnarok. Rip, is this where you would have gone?
I mean, looking at the stats, I would have thought Skyscraper as well, because we don't have a win for .com on Skyscraper, but you also do not have Factory recorded for .com as well, so this could be anyone's game here.
Factory is... It's definitely an interesting map. It's the first map that was ever in Breachers, all the way back in the alpha. So these teams know this map. They have a very, very good understanding of it. .com has been around for a while. Ragnarok, they have some players who've been around here for a while as well. So we'll see whose game knowledge of Factory prevails, who calls the better strategies here, as we see a drone moving through the break room as entry from .com over by Assembly. There goes the hatch up at the top of the roof, and Scottish Ripper goes down to Sea Dragon very early, and a good start from .com, who have really found their pace in these maps now. Anomalous taking out Mark as Smoked Salmon making their way across the bridge. It's now 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Typical Light right outside of bathrooms right now. Casey waiting right inside bathrooms for any kind of .com push.
Yeah, we're back to the Factory. Good old Factory, everybody's favorite alpha map from back in the olden days. Don't see it as much now, but it's good to see a pretty balanced map, to be quite honest. It's going to be very interesting to see who goes to where it seems like it could go either way. Speaking of going either way, it's now a 1v1 between Typical Light and Monkey Josh. And Typical Light
Ooh.
goes down to Monkey Josh.
Monkey Josh on the flank there, taking out Typical Light, giving round 1 of this third and final map to Ragnarok. Let me hear your thoughts, Rip.
Yeah, so .com going with a little bit different push than what we're usually seeing on this map. The default push is usually that hatch above A, and they try to come down the stairs to play slow. We took a different approach coming from the factory side, the assembly side of the map, and pushing in, which was working really well until Casey caught him off guard, play in the bathroom, able to change that momentum by getting a few kills there. And then you see Ragnarok getting those trades as they came in very quickly there, and Ragnarok taking that round.
I'd like to also point out at this point, it's impossible for Ragnarok to win this series. The best thing they can hope to do is now tie it up. And for them to do that, they would need to win this map altogether. Full 7 rounds against .com. Because if .com even earns 6 rounds, if they get match point here, it's going to be over for Ragnarok in this series matchup. So if they won the previous round, then if they've won the previous map, then they could possibly push for victory here on Factory. But no such luck for them. .com has an easier job here. They just need to get to 6 rounds through the entire course of this third and final map. We'll see what they do here on round number 2 as they move in with some Spectrals. They're on an eco round, but Ragnarok, again, picking up only 1 Vezin. Scottish Ripper putting it to use, though, with a kill on a Sea Dragon, looking for another one, but Mommy Llama DK picking up some damage on Ripper instead, who decides to rotate back towards Site B. There's now 2 minutes 20 on the clock, and TJ Clark is holding down lockers.
Yeah, it looks like .com trying to push as much as they can into lockers. As soon as TJ Clark goes down, you know Scottish Ripper is going to be able to push out and possibly get a couple of kills here. So it seems like Mommy Llama and Typical Light are kind of a little bit trapped here, especially with Mommy Llama taking a couple more shots. TJ Clark getting low. Looks like they're about at the same health here as Mommy Llama DK goes down to Scottish Ripper and Mark able to take out, actually no, Mark, no, it was Scottish Ripper taking out both of them. And Sussy Salmon taking out TJ Clark to make it a 4v2 in favor of Ragnarok.
Sussy Salmon over in Blue Hallway, just moving around using that play space to find the perfect angle. We see Mark in the back of Site A right now. Scottish Ripper putting that Vezin to work, finding those 2 kills that are really shutting down the .com defense here in round number 2. And there's not too many options for Anomalous or Sussy Salmon. They don't have Breaching Foam at all, so they can't open up any new angles or anything, and they're kind of stuck. There's a minute left on the clock, and Anomalous is picking up some damage from, I think it maybe was Monkey Josh in the back. Mark finding some damage by Sussy Salmon, but there's only 50 seconds left. .com are going to need to make a move, but things are getting more and more difficult as Monkey Josh finds a kill on Anomalous. And this round hasn't gone the best for them. Of course, it was an eco round, but I think they would have liked to find maybe at least more than 1 kill. In terms of an eco round, it hasn't been incredibly successful for them. There are 30 seconds left on the clock, and Sussy Salmon is going to need to pick up that EMP, but it looks like they may just go for that push and try and find some picks, but Scottish Ripper waiting, finds the kill onto Sussy Salmon. Rip, what are your thoughts on that round?
Yeah, .com's coming in with some different plays than usual, but they're playing a little spread out, which is allowing Ragnarok to rotate quickly to wherever they need to go as they're able to go into lockers, take down the EMP, and rotate right back to the blue side and just completely eliminate .com. So .com's going to have to be a little more aggressive, play together. The plays are working. We just need our teamwork on it. And .com has it. Ragnarok, though, holding a great defense, rotating to where they need to be, playing it perfectly, holding angles. It's a good matchup so far.
Yeah, .com needs to find their rhythm as soon as possible to get as close as the 6 points as they can on attacker before they have to go to defense. And at that point, Ragnarok will be more close to a win than ever.
we'll see what happens as we move into round 3. Yeah, absolutely. Ragnarok are having a great start to their first half here. And this is going to be the big test of their momentum. They were able to catch the pistol round. Next round was an eco, so .com would lose that one as well. But now the .com have some rifles. Will they be able to get around on Ragnarok? Typical, like pushing, playing incredibly aggressive, and catching Casey very early, but that frag very delayed for some reason, catching a lot of damage onto Typical Light. Sussy Salmon is able to get that stim in, though. And there's now 2.5 minutes left on round number 3 there. There's the breaching foam. TJ Clark currently playing center as Josh is by Orange Box. And it looks like we will see that classic breach from Orange Storage. There goes the wall as Typical Light makes entry, but TJ Clark was ready. Catching that kill. Mark finds Mommy Llama DK as Monkey Josh tossing an S-tier frag that captures Sussy Salmon. Scottish Ripper finds Sea Dragon. And wow, we've seen a lot of bounce back here as Anomalous, the last member standing for Ragnarok. And I'm wondering, maybe we will see an eco. Oh my goodness. Anomalous almost got caught by Scottish Ripper, but found that kill. Good flank watch there from Anomalous. Now, the question is, Gravix, do you eco, do you save here, or do you try and push for the kills?
Now, if you look at Anonymous's credits, he is at 0. And he has everything he needs for a great round next round. He is getting a couple of kills, but he's playing it safe, and that's the right strategy right now. You need to save, you need to play it safe for however long you need to, especially with the loadout he has and the number of credits he has. If he was somebody like Mommy Llama, I would say push in, because you're going to get enough credits. But right now, Anomalous, gonna push in.
Oh, Anomalous is playing a dangerous
Oh, and he goes down!
Oh, and TJ Clark finds the kill on Anomalous, who went for it. But yeah, I mean, Gravix made some very good points there, Rip. They didn't have enough money to buy a Vezin this round, and now they're kind of stuck because they're only able to really field one. But it looks like this is going to force .com to do either some kind of half buy or a full eco round.
Yeah, we'll probably see them do it half buy here. They're down 3 rounds. They're going to try to make something out of nothing. .com getting a little more aggressive there, but not able to get the refrags onto Ragnarok. Ragnarok's holding angles. They're able to get the pre-fires and headshots rapidly onto .com there. And as they took that round, the save there by Anomalous, he did get a couple kills. I would have liked to see him back up and save that because his economy's looking better. It's a free Vezin. The situation's not ideal for .com, but we have seen them bring it back in the past. They still have a chance.
At the very least, I was thinking maybe play for more picks. If you could get that second kill, then you could push in. But I think it was just too risky to push in at that point. And it was a bit of an oversight from Anomalous, but hey, I mean, you know, we all do make some mistakes, and I'm sure Anomalous had a good plan there, but it just didn't happen as TJ Clark ultimately found that kill. And here's TJ Clark again, anchoring in lockers as we see a frag toss. Doesn't quite catch TJ Clark. Mark finding Anomalous, who I think swung in to generators. No, it didn't. It was over by Blue Hallway. But Mommy Llama DK finding the kill onto TJ Clark. And most importantly, giving .com possession of a Vezin. And it's a 4 versus 4. There's still opportunity here for this to swing in favor of .com.
Yeah, .com now having a couple more Vezins on their side. They have one Vezin, looks like an SMG or AR. So gonna be real interesting to see what goes on here. Sussy Salmon could be peeking into B, but he's gonna wait for the rest of his team as Mommy Llama and the others seem to save. One goes down though to Mark in Blue Hall, making it a 3v. It's now a 2v4.
Picks across the board as Sea Dragon looking for Scottish Ripper. Mommy Llama DK does still have that Vezin. I'm wondering, is the play here to just get Mommy Llama out of there and salvage that Vezin? So you have a little bit of a little bit of a reprieve on the economy because you don't have to buy another Vezin in the next round, but maybe their strategy over on .com is to get as much use out of this Vezin because they know they'll be able to buy one next round. Well, rant's over anyways. Monkey Josh up on top of the cubby looking for Mommy Llama DK, who finds the kill instead. Incendiary toss preventing the push from .com as we see about a minute left on the clock. Mommy Llama DK outside in blue hallway. Scottish Ripper heading over to blue stairs on the flank. May catch .com off guard here, or at least is setting up to do so. There's less than a minute on the clock. Mommy Llama DK and Sea Dragon over in storage right now. Mark just hanging around in the back of Site A. Mommy Llama may be able to get this EMP planted. Sea Dragon's going for it because Mommy Llama wants to keep that Vezin active as possible. But Casey standing up on the boxes may catch Mommy Llama. Mark finds it instead. Here comes Sea Dragon now making their way into the cubby with that Omen rotating out over to blue hallway right into the Vezin of Scottish Ripper as Ragnarok pick up their 4th round in a row on this factory defense. Rip, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, .com going back to a more default play there, dropping hatch, trying to play locker. Works out pretty well, but Ragnarok's ready for it, and they are set up to intercept them. The final play there with the two, trying to decide if they want to save or push in. I do agree with their call to push in there. They had a great opportunity to be able to get that plant and defend it. Just didn't work out for them. .com going to have to figure out how to overdo their map knowledge with Ragnarok, because Ragnarok is just holding their angles, getting ready for their plays. Every time that they're pushing in, Ragnarok's already there.
Yeah, Ragnarok is super prepared for whatever scenario they come across. .com, again, needs to find their attack if they don't want to get 7-0'd here, which is, by the round, it's becoming more and more likely as we go into round 5. Only 2 out from the swap, and if Ragnarok take these 2, it's going to be very easy for them to win the match.
But this is what .com ecoed for, right? They ecoed the previous 2 rounds, didn't invest too heavily because they were waiting for this moment. This is their opportunity to turn it around and go 4-2 into the second half, which would set them up for a good defensive comeback if that's their strategy for this 3rd and final map. Now, they're giving themselves a lot of work to do here, but we'll see how they respond to Ragnarok in these next rounds. As Casey looking for a shot. Oh my goodness, leads both Typical Light and Mommy Llama DK right into a double kill from Marcus. A Fragus toss, almost catching Sea Dragon, but not quite, as Mark takes out a 3rd, finds Sussy Salmon, and still manages to make it away back into Site B. Is on a whopping 2 health right now, so they're quite a juggernaut, as you can see. Anomalous, meanwhile, and Sea Dragon are both outside of Orange Hallway. Let me get a quick opinion from you here, Rip. Should these two eco? Should they salvage?
That's a tough call there. They're wanting to get something going. If they're confident enough that they can get in there and get some picks, then it's worth going in. But if they don't have their confidence, the salvage is going to be the best play to try to give their team a win going into the next round.
Looks like they are going to play for picks, or at least salvage, as they weren't able to find any of those picks. A minute and a half on the clock. If they wanted to try and find some picks, this is their opportunity to do that, as the clock is starting to run down a bit. Looks like Sea Dragon maybe trying to find somebody, but Anomalous not taking any chances. So it looks like it is going to be that save from .com as they move into what would then be a 5-0 game. So that's, Gravix, that's leaving them vulnerable to getting locked out in the first half by Ragnarok.
That's what I was worried about for .com. It wasn't looking good when they keep going up, and now it's going to be 5-0 going into the last round before the second half. And that is just not a position you want to be in when you're .com, because now you know you are 1 point away from losing the match.
Yeah, it's certainly putting them in a tough spot. Rip, at this point, how would you approach this next round? This is going to be everything for .com. How would you approach it?
The economy here for .com is going to be pretty low, but trying to get that early intel and playing for picks as much as possible, get the other team low and then push in all at once and be aggressive all of a sudden, get the plant and turn it into a defensive stance for you is your best solution. But we're not seeing a lot of great utility coming out of .com right now. Economy, they might not be able to afford much utility. This is a hard battle for them.
There it is. Time expires on round number 5, which goes to Ragnarok. One more round, and they will have secured a first half lockout over .com. And this is going to be everything for .com. They need to win this round if they want to have a decent chance of at least tying it up in the second half. Now, of course, this could still be a win for .com. I mean, if they get a 5-1 game and move into the second half 5-1, it's still possible for them to tie it up or win that map, but they're not giving themselves much padding at all. And if it goes 6-0 into the second half, that's going to be even more dangerous for them because they can't make any mistakes at all, or they risk losing this map to Ragnarok and then having the whole series tied up.
Yeah, that's not going to be very fun for them, especially when moving into such a crucial match like this, two of the best teams in the EU facing off against each other. And, well, let's just see what happens, because I'm really curious now.
Absolutely. Here we are, starting up round number 6, the halftime round. It's all coming down to this for .com, who have had to deal with a fantastic Ragnarok defense. Ragnarok has not given them even an inch here on this first half, and we'll see if they can continue to keep that momentum up, or if .com will finally break this cycle and possibly find their first round heading into the second half. Either way, we're in for a very, very entertaining matchup still. Scottish Ripper taking out that drone from .com. They've gathered the intel, and it looks like they may decide to push lockers through the side of Orange Vendings. Oh no, they've lost that incendiary because it's stuck in the potted plant.
Oh, no.
That's unfortunate. Little wasted util there from .com. Flashbang tossed over to lockers as .com getting ready to move over into lockers. There's 4 of them in there on .com. Where's the last one? It's Sea Dragon, who is watching that hatch. Typical Light looking to take out the door blocker into Site B, as there's a minute 45 on the clock. .com are going to need to decide to push soon here, or at least set up some sort of play. And as Sussy Salmon does take out Monkey Josh, this is a good start for .com. They can potentially push this and use this momentum and player advantage against Ragnarok, who have lost a player early.
Yeah, I mean, .com could possibly get the point here, but seeing their strategies and seeing the way they've done in the past, in the last parts of these rounds, I'm not 100% sure they're going to be able to capitalize here. Although Sussy Sound and Mama Llama DK going to get a frag out, not going to find anybody, as Casey and Mama Llama are literally both on opposite sides of the door here.
Oh my goodness. Casey looking to take out Mama Llama DK and will find it. That was in the cover of the smoke, which was actually thrown by, I believe, .com. So not very good for them there. 45 seconds left on the clock. Not giving .com too much time to execute a push here. Scottish Ripper takes out 2 as Sussy Salmon does catch Mark. There's only half a minute left. Sussy Salmon dropping a second, and it's now down to a 2 versus 2 as Casey is able to take out Sussy Salmon and drop a second kill to lock out the first half for Ragnarok. .com, they are in trouble, Rip.
Yeah, Ragnarok just holding a solid defense right there. Their rotations were just beautiful. Every time someone went down, you saw the whole team be able to rotate and get that refrag, and that's ultimately what won them the defensive rounds here. Now to see if they can go into an attack and take around this attack and make it a 7-0 and take this map out completely, it would be awesome. .com have not seen their defense on this map yet. This could be a whole different game. Their defense could be solid, and Ragnarok might have trouble with them.
Yeah, it's definitely been, both teams have had a side that they've been stronger on in the case of all 3 of these maps. And again, as to Rip's point, we'll see. Maybe .com was hiding an incredible defense here on Factory. But problem is, when you get locked out in the first half, again, you have to play perfectly. No mistakes at all, because if you lose even one round, you've just lost the entire map. So the pressure is on for .com, to say the least. We'll see exactly how they respond to this Ragnarok offense as we start off round number 7 in what could potentially be the final round of map number 3. Typical light. Oh my goodness, caught by an S tier frag from Casey as 2 drones moving in from Ragnarok. TJ Clark picking up a lot of damage as it looks like they are setting up for a push onto Orange Storage, but don't forget about Scottish Ripper, who is on the flank. Oh, are they going to try an Orange Hallway push onto A? Potentially.
They could.
Okay, no, the breaching foam was on the Orange Storage wall, but Sea Dragon is on the flank. May catch Monkey Josh, will catch Monkey Josh off guard. Mark looking to secure a refrag as Mami Llama DK does take out Casey. We see trades from both teams, leaving us with a 1 versus 3 as Mark, the last member standing, and .com able to pick up their first round here of this second half.
Yeah, .com finally making something. They could still bring it back and try to tie it, but they're going to have a really heavy defense here. Ragnarok just needs 1 round to be able to take this map.
Yeah, but it looks like they haven't yet. They're still looking for that kill. Obviously, .com doing a great job on defense so far. They could tie it up here. It's going to be insanely hard, though. It would have to be a miracle for them to come back.
Yeah, I mean, this is putting .com in a good position, though. They do have 2 Vesins. They got a Cadillo, some trip mines. They're able to buy some utils. So they're playing a smart defense. Of course, you know, anything goes wrong and it'll be a Ragnarok map. But Ragnarok are choosing to respond to this, I think, in a good way. They are not investing heavily into this round. They're ecoing. Not trying anything crazy because they know that they are going to potentially be at a disadvantage against some rifles. There's a flash as it looks like it is potentially going to be a fast play from Ragnarok. Mark and Casey both dropping into storage as Sussy Salmon taking out TJ Clark. Anomalous finding a kill onto Scottish Ripper. Mami Llama DK moving towards the back left of A. There's the breach through the cubby as we see a static field incendiary toss by .com and Ragnarok. So some util exchange. Monkey Josh taking out Typical Light as Mami Llama DK taking out 2. Finding both Mark and Josh.
Casey, the last one up for Ragnarok. Gonna have to try to survive here as Anonymous catches him on the other side of the frag and takes him down.
Yeah,
.com now at 2, Rip.
Yeah, .com showing the defensive side of this map. Factory is usually more defense-sided for some of these teams, but as I said, once you get towards these pro players, the sides don't usually matter as much. It's whatever you're best at. But .com showing that they have a strong defense so far, able to spread and control their sites. Great utility coming out. Going to see Anomaly doing more of the roams coming here in the next couple of rounds probably, so Ragnarok just needs 1 win. Can they take it?
I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see. I don't know if they can take it. They probably can, seeing what they've done as they find their footing against attackers. But .com doing a great job on defense, Gib. I'm really torn right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely, from what I can see, the plan from .com. They were anticipating putting up a really, really good defense, but again, they put themselves in a precarious position, if you would, because they didn't leave themselves any wiggle room. So again, single loss, it'll be all over. I've said the same thing for the past 3 rounds, but I really want to hammer that in because it is true. If we get to that point, it's going to be a loss for .com. So they really cannot afford to make any kind of mistake. Mark and TJ Clark heading over to the lobby there, ecoing once again on right. Well, I guess it's a bit of a half buy, as Monkey Josh, the only player able to field a Vezin. Scottish Ripper and TJ Clark going for the eco, as Mark running RCP, Casey running the Viper. So a bit of a half buy from some and a full buy from Monkey Josh. But we see a frag tossed out by Typical Light. Breaching foam on the wall in electricals. It looks like Ragnarok are going to be pushing Site A.
Yeah, let's see if it works out for him. Site A, bottom floor. Could work out very well for him with the orange hallway, but Mavi Llama DK able to take out TJ Clark here. It's like Simon getting hit by a nade. Is able to take out one Monkey Jonas, able to get the refrag. As Casey does a great job of making sure that he's holding these positions. Takes out the door blocker. It's now a 2v3. Casey sitting with the MP waiting. Has not gone in. Is still waiting for Monkey Josh probably to plant. As he gets tagged just for a second. Running by as Anonymous there. Gets shot at again. Now he knows where he is. Mami Llama DK looking through the door. Trying to get a peek. Monkey Josh still sitting off to the side in the back. Waiting for somebody to peek through here. Sea Dragon goes down. As it is now a 1v2. Monkey Josh versus the world.
Monkey Josh versus the world indeed. And here comes the flank as Anomalous shooting at Monkey Josh, who turns around, but Anomalous catches that kill before Monkey Josh can find it. Instead, it's a 6-3 game, and RIP. .com are bringing it back on the defense. They're by no means out of this yet. That round got very, very close. Ragnarok applied good pressure, but they're in trouble.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of good refresh coming out of both teams here. That coming down to a 1v1. And I was able to get that flank and ultimately get the final kill. I think Anomalous is one of the big reasons that .com can do so well in their defenses with all the flanks that he's able to put out and the distractions the team is able to give him. We see that a lot going on during, especially maps like this in Factory, where the roamers can literally control the map. But Ragnarok still has a chance to take this map. It's so close. It's within their grasp, but .com is just holding on to it and doesn't want to let go yet.
.com letting go seems to be a slim chance now. They could come back and take this. I'm really curious because it only takes one for Ragnarok to win. I'm really on the edge of my seat right now.
Yeah, again, I mean, Gravix pointed out, it still just takes one round for Ragnarok. So even if they lose 5 rounds in a row, they still just need one. They're on Vezins again. They're able to buy and put up a very good fight against .com, and Typical Light is only able to field an RCP, so they are starting to run low on money over here on .com. They can't lose too many more players in these rounds. They can't let it get very close because that's not going to give them the opportunity to buy the utility and the weapons that they need. Wins are important, but you also have to make sure that you're keeping as many players alive as possible so you don't end up losing the eco game to your opponent. Because remember, the losing team will get some loss bonuses. So the winning team has to still play smart. They can't take too many losses. But all that aside, Sea Dragon opening up this round with a kill on a Casey as Mami Llama finding TJ Clark. And here comes a push from Scottish Ripper, who gets intercepted by Mami Llama DK. It's already a 2 versus 5.
Typical Light finally going down. Mark, last one now up for Ragnarok. This could be .com's 4th here, unless Mark pulls out a 4K as the Incendiary comes out. Sussy able to come out and take him out, getting .com their 4th point. Oh my god, RIP. What is going on?
Ragnarok's making some good pushes. Just .com's ready for everything right now. Their angles they're holding are just impenetrable for Ragnarok. And .com's is showing why they were the #1 E team last season. Beautiful plays coming out of both teams, though. Ragnarok still only needs 1. .com needing 2 to make this a tied map. .com's looking really great, though, with their strategies, holding on perfect utility. Ragnarok needs to change their plays, maybe be a little bit more aggressive, do something that will catch .com off guard to take this round.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would like to point out, because this is becoming more prevalent now, that if .com ties this map up, they're going to win because Ragnarok has not won a map yet. So the pressure is on for Ragnarok right now. And take a look at this, guys. They only have 3 Vezins on the field right now. Mark is running an RCP. Monkey Josh is running a Spectral. This could come down to a 6-5 game, and Ragnarok is going to need to find a round soon, or else they risk losing this entire series to .com because they weren't able to close it out on this 3rd and final map.
They're equals enough for people to get Vezins. I mean, right now, Monkey Josh doesn't even have... He's running a sidearm right now. He's just running a Spectral. He's trying to eco with enough money. This is crazy. They could be trying to get a 5-6 right now.
It's very likely that it will get to that point unless Ragnarok are able to make it work with their half buys and then 3 Vezins. We'll see what happens. 2 minutes 15 on the clock right now is Anomalous looking to push the bathroom hallway. Casey's in bathrooms. TJ Clark is out on gravel right now. May have spotted Anomalous. I'm not quite sure. Is still looking, however, no, I don't think has spotted Anomalous. 2 minutes on the clock as Scottish Ripper and Monkey Josh up in control room as we catch Anomalous catching Casey, who gets caught by TJ Clark. Mommy Llama DK looking to swing out and recover that healing syringe off of Anomalous's body, but a smoke is tossed out. Monkey Josh looking to push for that syringe as here comes a push into Site A as Sussy Salmon takes out 2, and it's now down to a 3 versus 2. It's all coming down to this.
Mark and Monkey, last one's left up. Right now, shots going off. Sussy Salmon able to take out Mark. Monkey Josh, last one up, goes outside Monkey. Monkey Josh able to get 1. It's now a 1v2. Typical Light and Sea Dragon versus Monkey Josh for Ragnarok. Is he going for a save? He's running around. Rick, what's going on here?
A big overextension by Sussy Salmon there, I think, but ultimately, I think .com will be able to field some Vezins. Monkey Josh, I'd wager, is going to go for that salvage so they can get at least a Vezin. I thought they were going to go for it there and then completely proved me wrong, but it looks like Monkey Josh may just try and... No, don't do it.
He's going in.
Don't do it. Salvage the Vezin. Give your team the opportunity to carry a Vezin into the next round because they are going to continue hurting for cash. And at least if they're able to bring 1 Vezin into the next round, then they can purchase a little bit more utility. But there's only half a minute left on the clock. I think Monkey Josh is going to go for it. They are. They're making their way over to Museum right now. Oh my, this could be bad for Ragnarok. If they decide to push this, they set up a proximity alarm. So now .com know exactly where Ragnarok is coming from. Monkey Josh may be caught by Typical Light. No catches Typical Light off guard. This could be it. This is down to the final 1v1. 10 seconds left on the clock. All Sea Dragon has to do is play back. They have possession of the EMP. There's only 5 seconds left on the clock. Monkey Josh is looking to push, and Sea Dragon is staying in bathroom. Sea Dragon stays, and Monkey Josh catches the kill. But just a little bit too late, Rip. And it's now a 6-5 game. Oh my goodness, not good for Ragnarok at all.
Yeah, Monkey Josh making a push there. Not used to seeing that. That was brave move, but it did pay off for him. Yeah. He almost took the win home for Ragnarok there. But Ragnarok is making some good plays. Their attacks are strong. It's just .com has proven again and again why they were the #1 team, and they're holding on to that defense with every ounce they can. Their defense, those angles are key. Map knowledge, it always shows really strong on the defense side.
Absolutely. And, go ahead.
Yeah, just .com somehow pulling this out. They haven't lost a single round, and now with the win of this round, they could take the match. It's match point, guys.
Yeah, it is. It's been a very exciting map number 3, and what looked like to us over here at the casting crew, it looked like it would be a quick map, that it would be a 7-0 in favor of Ragnarok, but this is why I say anything can happen, because in fact, .com have put up an impeccable defense so far. But some of these rounds have gotten close. Typical Light is being droned, and they give up an early pick here. Not good for .com as they lose a player so early. That's where you get the value of droning. At the very least, you're getting the intel. You can also use it to distract some players. Now .com's job is very, very tough as they are an entire player down. And they have to deal with all 5 players standing from Ragnarok. That's 5 Vezas. A frag is tossed, as it looks like Ragnarok are going to breach Site B, receiving from Assembly.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing any orange hallway or anything on to be. Very interesting strategy, but we see all of them in the halls here. Frag rolling out, blowing up the door block. Shots going off. Nobody hit. Just kidding. Anonymous gets CJ Clark as the wall gets foamed and possibly blown up by Scottish Ripper. There it is. The wall is breached. It's a 4v4. Frag out. Hits nobody.
It's down to, oh, it's a red herring as Casey dropping and looking to get the EMP planted, but Monkey Josh on the intercept catches 2 players. The EMP is up on the wall. Sussy Salmon catching the refrag though, and it's down to a 2 versus 2. It's all coming down to this as Marcus in the back of the orange hallway right now looking for Sea Dragon, who manages to get back into receiving with just enough time left. A frag is tossed. It catches Sussy Salmon. Oh my goodness, this could be it. It's all coming down to this for .com, and it's now just down to Sea Dragon, who's in a 1 versus 2. It could go either way. Scottish Ripper and Mark looking to push up onto that EMP as there's now a minute left. They definitely heard Sea Dragon drop. Mark gets the EMP planted, and Mark catches Sea Dragon as Ragnarok are able to bring it home on this final map, secure a win, and ultimately void the competition.
Wow, wow, wow. Phenomenal comebacks by Ragnarok, getting their win that they deserved from the very start. Rip, thoughts?
Yeah, like I said earlier, Ragnarok just had to make a play that .com hadn't seen before, and I think that was it. They came in from the assembly side when most people come in from the front side, and they were able to get the early pick, leading into pushing in as a team and catching .com off guard, getting the refrags, utilities, and finally the map victory.
And it definitely goes to show, again, all it takes, one mistake, and it can turn the entire map around, and that's what happened in this case. It took all 5 rounds of the second half. That doesn't matter because Ragnarok were able to secure a map win, so it will ultimately end as a tie between these 2 teams. Map 1 went 7-5 on Hideouts. Map 2 went 6-6, it was a tie, and Map 3 went 7-5, this time in favor of Ragnarok instead of .com. That's going to do it for this incredible matchup. I'd like to thank everybody who's been in the chat, in the stream. We've had some new faces here, some EU teams and EU players, so I'd love to see everybody showing up, supporting this stream. And if you do enjoy this, again, please do subscribe to the stream, hit the little bell notifications, so that you know when we have another one of these fantastic matchups coming up. We've had a lot of great casts so far in this season, a lot of really intense matchups, just like this one. And yeah, EU has been phenomenal to watch. These games have been getting to map 3 almost all the time. They've been getting really close, and I'm loving what we're seeing from these top teams so far. But for now, that's going to do it for us over here at the Breachers VRML. I am Gibular Bob. These are my co-casters, Gravix and Rip the Cord, and we will see you all next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody.
VRML is brought to you by Helga, the esports manager, Triangle Factory, Thanks for watching VRML.